and welcome back to Bookend Gaming. I am Eric.
Hey, I'm parched.
Okay.
My throat's scratchy because I had to talk. Yes.
I like her hat.
Me too. It's a soft hat.
Oh, good.
I'm
better
Travis.
than a hard hat.
I don't know. A hard hat would probably protect her volcano a little better.
Probably.
She stretches it taut over her volcano, covering it perfectly. Now it just looks like she has a really big head. I know that feel. I guess that's an improvement. Well, groovy. Now let's beat feet.
Okay.
I can only assume she means let's go. So I motion my hand forward and let her lead. She skips ahead.
I just turn around, though, and she's just smacking her feet with a stick. Okay, your turn.
I love it.
What's the point of this?
She skips ahead and starts on the trail, humming to herself and twirling to the music in her head. Just promise you'll take me home early, please. I'm about overdue for an earful from Jessie, and I don't want to risk it right now. You're such a worrywart, dollface. Just hang back and smell the roses for a bit.
There are roses here?
As she skips further ahead, we're on a mountain. I guess there could be roses on a mountain. There's no rule saying you can't plant roses on a mountain.
There's no law in nature that says there can't be roses on a mountain.
I see roses. We must be on flat land. I see her hand. I see her hand inch below her backpack, almost hidden. Maybe it's my imagination, but for a brief second, it looks like her fingers are crossed. This'll be a walk in the park. Get it? The joke is that we're in a park.
And we are walking.
The pace Yellowstone sets is excruciatingly slow. Sometimes it feels like we're not even moving at all. I sometimes have to march ahead, hitting a steady stride just so I can keep myself warm among the dusting of snow that decorates our surroundings. It forms mushy mud puddles in parts of the trail, but in others the path is so well trodden that the snow is gone entirely.
My ass is cold.
Sometimes...
I need you to roll around for a bit.
Can you rub it a little bit? Sometimes Yellowstone will dart off the road to inspect a soggy plant or peculiar rock along the way. She'll kneel down, humming to herself, gently touching the object of her curiosity like a scientist. Yep, that's a soggy plant.
I like to touch the objects of my curiosity like a scientist.
I'm pretty curious most nights. During these moments, I force myself to stop and admire the flora and fauna with her. Cold be damned, it's been a hot minute, or two, since I've been within spitting distance of Yellowstone. May as well enjoy some of it, regardless of the circumstances. Say Eve.
Eve.
Smartass. Content, I move along from the ice-crusted bush I was looking at. That's a nice bush you got there.
Don't look at my ice-crusted bush.
It's frosted. And continue on the trail. Like my shadow, Yellowstone falls in lockstep beside me. I was wondering, what made you want to become a ranger? Easy. I like nature and I like the parks. Wanted a job that would let me be around both. Had my mind set on it since I was a kid.
But you hate it so much.
You really don't have anything to do.
No, I got nothing.
Oh, God.
No. You just quit the game.
Oh, no. Hang on. Sorry. Figured out controls. Well, after that awkward veterinarian phase, but let's not talk about that.
That's DLC.
Then why are you so grouchy about having to do it? You sure don't beat around the bush, do you?
Nope, not even the ice-covered ones.
I'm trying to get you beat around my bush. Well, yeah. Most folks stop listening if I ramble too long. Cut to the chase is what Yosemite always says. At least that's one good piece of advice that bookworm has. It's not that I'm grouchy about having to do my job. I just don't like having to deal with people or their messes.
Yeah, that's I agree.
So, you don't like talking to people then? Bingo. She gets quiet, and we drift apart a little bit. My pace stays the same, but Yellowstone starts to lag behind. Not stopping, but not keeping up. I can hear her clump along behind me.
How do you enjoy coming over here and playing a game all by yourself over there?
It's pretty nice. Just having a nice little read out loud.
Let's hang out so I can play a single-player game.
Hey, I'm going to come over and talk to myself. You cool with that?
Yeah. It's better than me sitting here talking to myself, I guess.
That's all right. I'm okay with it.
Right.
I'm used to it by now. It's been over a year of it. And then her footsteps quicken to catch back up. Are there any rangers that do have to talk more?
Yeah, Jesse.
Plenty. I start to pick up the pace a little. Yellowstone lags behind again, but soon enough she's right by my side again.
I can teleport.
What do? They range. Nothing but talk. Kind of like you. My mind immediately shifts to Jessie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the first thing that woman does when she wakes up is talk. Probably the last thing she does before sleeping, too. If she's not working, then she is almost certainly chatting.
I mean, she seems like the dispatcher.
Yeah, she's
something.
I don't know if she's the boss, but she's the one scheduling
the
things. Yeah. And what do you do? Answer stupid questions. Yeah! Yellowstone giggles as if I told a funny joke. Unfortunately for her, I'm not laughing. I mean, what do you really do, silly? You're always buzzing around like a worker bee, but it seems like you're doing something new every day.
I clean up trash, but I can't even do that now.
I have a ridiculously tiny tongue. Oops, it fell out. It's not enough to kidnap me. She has to torture me, too. I glance back at her. Even though I'm brushing her off, her smile is radiant and genuine as she waits for me to respond.
Yellowstone's right. Yosemite's right. You do kind of suck.
Yeah. Okay, maybe torture is a bit too strong of a word. At the very least, she's not a nagging busybody like some other parks I know. If you have to know, I'm basically law enforcement. Someone screws up, then I kick their ass. Then I'm who they call to take care of it.
Then I lose my sanity and punch them in the face.
So you're like a forest cop. Tonight on TNT. But
Bear Grylls is the new forest cop.
Not too far off, actually. Got training just like any other cop. Only difference is I did it on the federal level.
I can't tase people.
Yeah, they didn't give me a gun. I feel a spring in my step as my long dormant pride briefly swells up inside of me. So how come you got to take out the trash? And it's gone again. Because at the end of the day, I'm a glorified janitor. Also, it's the park service. No one just does one thing. But the other rangers do different things? Sure. Some of us are tour guides that show visitors around the park. Other folks go do outreach programs at schools, that kind of thing. What a cool history lesson we're getting here. What do you think history is? Not history.
Parks.
Yeah. You don't do any of that, though.
You stay in an office.
I'm not allowed to be around kids. Says who? I've given more than my fair share of lectures to bored middle schoolers, thanks. The little gremlins usually pile into Yosemite on field trips. It was exciting the first couple times. Thought I might have a chance to really connect with those kids. But after a while, it became more and more obvious that none of them had an interest in the outdoors. Just video games and internet celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah, who likes video games? Blah.
I thought it was talking about the character at first. Pile into Yosemite. Imagine a bunch of people climbing on
Bunch of little gremlins.
Yeah.
It ended up working out since I lost my interest in them, too.
Aww.
Though at this point, I don't think they want me talking to anybody. Oh, that's not true. You're doing just swell talking to me. You must be pretty desperate for conversation if you think so.
I am.
Believe me, I am.
I mean, Yosemite doesn't talk to her, and Zion's a little girl,
Yeah,
so who's
Zion
she going to talk to?
Right. She said she takes walks with Zion sometimes, but
yeah.
That's not really fair. Zion flies.
Right.
She says it with a cheerful, wholly unironic grin. Still, she quiets down again as we carry on our trek. When I'm not being distracted with chatter, it's easy to enjoy the experience. Just like Yosemite, the park isn't too crowded, with the snow and cold keeping away all but the most determined sightseers. The visitation rate will spike next month, once it starts getting warmer. But for now, there aren't too many people around to ruin it.
Let's go sledding.
Yeah, down a mountain. That ought to work out.
Okay, snowboarding.
I've never done either of those things.
Neither.
I
feel like I would die.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't die because I'd go like 2 inches and fall over. And it'd be over. We do get passed by the occasional backpacker or hiker, usually going in the other direction. Without
just to a Pokemon battle.
Without fail, Yellowstone greets them with a chirpy "Hi" or a wave. They're like, "That's a weird hat."
You got a big head.
Yeah, what's wrong with your head?
What that head do?
It blows. I do my best to avoid eye contact and ignore them.
See? Pokemon.
Big mood. Yeah, why do they all have Geodudes? Jeez, hikers.
Yeah, right?
A light breeze carries...
Zubat.
Yeah. Carries some old snow with it, enough to make me shiver and wrap my arms around myself. It's only going to get colder the higher we go. Rather than strike up another conversation, instead Yellowstone starts to whistle. She cycles through a number of folk songs, as well as several melodies I don't recognize. Eventually she settles on, "I've been working on the railroad," repeating its distinctive refrain over and over, till I'm sure that even the birds will be singing it for days.
It's going to be stuck in my head forever.
After we've been walking for 30 minutes or so, I notice a familiar sight up ahead near the edge of the trail. I veer off in its direction with Yellowstone watching curiously. "What'd you find?" I kneel down and pick up the item in question, holding it so she can see my prize.
You win!
It's a paper wrapper from a $1 menu cheeseburger. It's got a Monopoly piece on it.
Yeah. Boardwalk! I'm rich!
$1 million!
I'm no longer a park ranger.
Someone must have been carrying this one around for a while since we're pretty deep in the park. I can't wait to get to the top of this mountain and eat this Big Mac. It's going to be so awesome.
I'm so exhausted. Time for a Big Mac.
So perk me right up. Garbage. Left behind by walking garbage. I'll throw it away at the next trash can. I'm glad that I kept my gloves on before Yellowstone abducted me. They let me ignore the congealed cheese that hangs loose from the trash. That's
Delicious.
the best cheese. He didn't eat
Yeah,
that.
congealed.
Guy is human garbage. Gross. You're the bee's knees for cleaning up the place, though.
Okay.
Thanks. Her never-ending use of outdated slang is something I've gotten used to tuning out. At least I know what bee's knees means.
Do you?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
It's cool.
Bees don't have knees. Not too much later, I spot an abandoned park map fluttering uselessly in the breeze. When I snatch it out of the air, it's speckled with mud. The date on the attached receipt is from several days ago. I crumple it into a ball and carry it alongside the burger wrapper. More trash? Of course. It's all over the place if you look for it. And after spotting the first piece, I can't help but look for it. With every step we take, my eyes scan the trail from her litter.
Every move we make.
I'll be watching for trash.
Yes.
Before long, my hands are both full, and when we finally reach a trash can where I can offload everything, I sigh with relief. Why don't you just throw it in the volcano?
This isn't your job.
Right. You don't work here. I'm going to need to take the longest shower of my life once I'm home.
Are we going to see that scene? Whoa!
With a whoop and a cheer, Yellowstone dashes over to the low wood railing that turns the spot into a small observational point.
She's a woo girl.
This song's about me. I just lit the wrong end of a cigarette. Let's go swimming.
This is the bee's knees.
Woo! Take a gander at that, Eve. Ain't it grand? It is. I can't help but be impressed by the sprawling forest that dominates the horizon. No matter which direction I turn, the view could be a postcard.
What is it?
It's just the park.
No, I mean up on the top of the mountain.
I don't know, maybe that's a ranger station?
Ski
or like
lodge.
a weather station or something. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, or yeah, okay.
You know, we can go anywhere in the park whenever you want. Just say the word. Well, why have we been walking if we can just teleport?
It's the Pokemon gym, obviously.
Oh, God. All ice Pokemon? We're screwed.
Yeah.
Anywhere? Yep. Top of the mountain, bottom of the mountain, the entrance, around the mountain, the exit of the mountain, even the middle of nowhere in the mountain.
Even the mountain.
That's because it's me. It's the same for Zion and Yosemite, too. The girls, I mean. But only around the park. That's right. A worrying thought crosses my mind. And you can take us back home, right? You aren't just trying to pull a fast one on me, are you?
I mean, she teleported back and forth already.
Yeah. Of course. That's how we got back last time, idiot. Last time? Are you telling me that I was dangling off a cliff in Yellowstone National Park?
Didn't she have that epiphany already?
I thought. Did you forget? Oh, come on. You didn't die. Are we sure about that?
We don't know that.
Yeah, that's the twist at the end.
Oh.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Yeah, she's just going to become a new national park girl.
But which one?
We already determined that. I don't know. There's already a Yosemite, so
Yeah.
just going to have to replace her or something.
She's Central Park.
Yeah. Wherever she dies,
Yeah.
she just becomes that park.
Yellowstone giggles. I'm glad she finds my near-death experience entertaining. Maybe she can finish the job next time.
Well, we'll finish the job next time
I don't know if we will.
on the channel. Probably not.
We're going to find out a secret next time.
Ooh!
I'm sure it's super important.
Is it what she keeps inside that head?
You've been dead the whole time.